Good afternoon, everybody. Rob Leslie's my name, and I'm the founder of Sedicii. And what we do is we look after your identity and try and make sure that people can identify you safely and securely. I'd like you to meet Jane. In the old days, Jane would go into her corner shop or her wine shop or her bank, and she would have a personal relationship with the person behind the counter. That has changed. When we do business online, the merchants we do business with know very little about us. In fact, they've got to trust that all the information we give them is true. And many times, it's not. Two problems the merchant has. They've got to identify you. They've got to know who you are. So in this case, who is Jane? And then the second problem, once they've got the information, is how can I keep it safe? And we've seen a lot of big cases in the news recently where people have failed to do that. We think we've got the solution to that, and it's called Sedicii. We have patented a method to keep information that two parties hold private without exposing it to either party, and yet communicate between them that the information is the same. So I know what your name is without you telling me what your name is. I'd like to talk a little bit about identity for a second. Identity as we know it today on the web is a little bit like DNA. You've got bits, DNA fragments all over the place, stored in companies and utilities and retailers and banks, all over the place. Fragments. What we're trying to do is to pull all that information together and recreate you, your DNA, your identity DNA, and make it holistic. We do this by putting a Sedicii server into all of these organizations, which converts the information that you hold, the identity attributes, into a form that is only communicable between another Sedicii party. So it's absolutely of no use to somebody who steals that information. We then want to use the capability that these servers give you to allow collaboration between the parties that have this information, so that I can share this information without actually sharing it. I'm providing attributes, trusted attributes, to others who might want to know that I am me because I deal with somebody else. Here's how it works. I'm a merchant, and I gather information from a person. They put it into my browser. It's a 2-second exercise to put that bit of JavaScript into a web page that allows it to load in a browser. I send a request to the exchange, say I need to convert or confirm this date of birth, or a passport number, or whatever, nationality. I route that to somebody who has that information and has previously verified it. What we've created is that little bit of magic that allows the interchange between the person or the organization who has previously verified that information with the browser that doesn't know who you are, without ever exchanging the information. So the integrity of the information is maintained at all times, yet I'm still able to confirm that the information is true or false. Data never leaves the browser. Data never leaves the organization, ever. Two sides. Here's how it works. So I take a date of birth, and for those who are technical in the audience will understand this. I apologize for those who may not. We hash it. We encrypt it. We then apply it to a graph. A graph looks something like a Rubik's Cube, if you can visualize it. We then transform the Rubik's Cube by doing something to it. We then take this and we compare it with another organization who's previously done it. And what we do is we break it up into its component parts. And we say, right, is the color in the top left-hand corner yellow? Compared to this one, is it yellow? No, it's not. Well, that's the answer we actually expect, which is the right answer. So we ask a lot of these questions, and we get the answers back. If they're all the way we expect them to be, then we're able to deduce or infer that the actual information that was provided at the start has to be the same. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got the right answer. We're looking at mobile commerce as the opportunity. $1 trillion market by the end of 2016. MasterCard wants to bring 200 million merchants online over the next 4 years. The only way they're going to do that is if they can identify the people who are those merchants. And those merchants, in turn, want to identify their customers. And these are who our customers are going to be. Card processors, guys who are processing the payment information that their customers are giving them. We need to know who they are. The whole sharing economy. My apartment, when I lend it to somebody on Airbnb, who is that person? All the tasks, Uber, every item in that sharing economy, we want to know who that person is. Age verification. Am I selling a service to somebody who is underage? Massive problem. Our competitors, we're trying to bring fraud prevention, identity validation together by bringing speed and accuracy into the equation. Transactional business model. The more you buy, the less it costs. Very strong team. My background is engineering, and we've recently had 2 people join from Vodafone in the UK to help us address the mobile market.
Thank you very much. I'm afraid your time is up.